Christians can sometimes forget Christ, despite the love and gratitude that should drive us to remember him. The Bible warns about this common forgetfulness, which may seem surprising given Jesus' sacrifice. Yet, it happens more often than we realize. Distractions such as work, daily life, and personal desires often lead us to forget the one who gave everything for us. Our sinful nature pulls us away from Christ. If we were fully renewed, we'd always reflect on his sacrifice and promises, but sin continues to influence our hearts. Distractions contribute to this forgetfulness. Though they might seem less important than Jesus, they often feel more immediate and powerful. For example, the moon affects the tides despite being smaller than the sun because it's closer. Similarly, worldly things like success or money often distract us more than Christ because they are right in front of us. One day, we'll be with him and won't forget anymore. Until then, we should mourn our forgetfulness and cling to his command, "Do this in remembrance of me." It's crucial to understand the importance of remembering Christ and the blessings that come from it. We should focus on Christ himself. We have many reasons to be thankful: God's choice to save us, his rescue, and all he's done. Most importantly, remember Jesus not just for his actions, but for who he is. Even without seeing him in person, we can remember his love and sacrifice. The apostles knew him beyond his physical presence and focused on his eternal nature. Even though we didn't see Christ in person, we can know him in spirit. Memory brings us close to Jesus, no matter how distant he seems. Let's take a moment to remember Jesus. Picture his baptism, when God declared, "This is my beloved Son." Recall him being tempted in the wilderness, praying in Gethsemane, or his suffering, mocking, crown of thorns, and crucifixion. Keep Christ at the center of your thoughts and never forget his sacrifice. Some may struggle to remember Christ because they've never truly known him. For those who have met him, hold on to that moment. Reflect on his loving words and deeds and say, "Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not his benefits." Remembering Christ offers many benefits. Love for Christ is unselfish and doesn't ask, "What's in it for me?" Christians don't need a reason to love him. It's natural. Still, considering the advantages of remembering him is valuable. Remembering Jesus gives hope when burdened by sin. If someone feels hopeless, remind them of Christ. Believing in him brings salvation and joy. This is a key benefit of remembering Christ. It provides hope when we feel guilty. For those facing persecution, recalling Jesus' words, "Rejoice and be glad, for great is your reward in heaven," offers comfort. Remember his prayer for his enemies. Our sufferings are small compared to his, and this remembrance helps us endure. Remembering Christ strengthens us in temptation and provides peace during storms. His name calms the storm and empowers us. In sickness, remembering Christ brings comfort and patience. It turns bitterness into sweetness and provides hope. The greatest benefit of remembering Christ is the peace and joy we experience when facing death. On your deathbed, remembering Christ allows you to face it with confidence, knowing you've overcome through him. The Lord's Supper reminds us of Christ's sacrifice. The bread and wine symbolize his body and blood. Before communion, seek the Holy Spirit's help to remember Christ sincerely and treat this sacred act with seriousness. Participating in the Lord's Supper isn't about salvation, it's about honoring Christ's sacrifice. Salvation comes from faith in Jesus and his grace, not from the act of eating bread or drinking wine.